What is happening, my YT Gizang? Y'all already know what time it is, man. This is your boy Rio, and today we finna be talking about how people are still asking Shedeur Sanders and wanting to know who is going to be that #1 guy up there in Cleveland. And surprisingly, it's from a different type of fans that we wouldn't expect it from. But we also still got to talk about this whole situation with the players and who they feel like should be that #1 guy when it comes to the quarterback up there in Cleveland. So sit back with your boy and let's get into this sports talk. Yeti. Now, like I said, the question is still going on. Is Shedeur Sanders going to be that #1 guy up there in Cleveland by week 1, or will he ever become QB1 by the end of the season? And there are fans that are asking him personally, but it's not from grown-ups, it's from the kids. Now, you know Shedeur Sanders loved the kids, he loved to have fun, but they was grilling him out there on this one. Take a look at this video.
When's your first game?
The first game, the preseason game.
Yes, but who are going to get starting or still playing?
Preseason? I don't know. We got preseason first. I don't know. Nobody knows.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do like seeing stuff like that, man. Kids out there having fun, asking a lot of questions, even though those were grown-up questions. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But that just goes to show you, man, how big and how important it is to these fans up there in Cleveland. Now, even though you have some fans that are trying to see who will be that #1 guy, you do have a couple of people that know who they want to be that #1 guy up there in Cleveland. And that is none other than the players that's in that Cleveland Brown locker room. Now, if you guys haven't seen my video that I posted yesterday, it was a whole controversy or a conversation going on about the players speaking on who they want. And a lot of people were saying that the players were speaking on Shedeur Sanders as being that #1 guy. And apparently the conversation is still going on. Now, ESPN Cleveland had a whole nother conversation about it today in which they added a little more spice to it. And they was talking about the coaches, in which they feel like the coaches can fool the fans, they can fool the media. But the ones that they really can't fool on who they feel is the best quarterback up there are the players in that locker room. Let's take a look at the footage.
When it's all said and done, obviously the coaching staff is going to have their opinion. But, Aaron, you can't fool the players. You can't fool the locker room. And I don't care who it is when we're talking about these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The players are going to know who the best guy is.
Yes.
So it might not.
And that better be the guy you play.
Yes. It might not be a thing today on June 16th, but the locker room's opinion will be a thing on September.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all feel about this whole situation? Do y'all feel like when it comes to the players' voices, does it matter to the point to where they should be able to have a say-so in who should be the #1 guy up there in Cleveland as a quarterback? Now, when it comes to me, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I feel like they can have an opinion, but it shouldn't matter when it comes to deciding on who being that #1 guy. That is up to the head coach and the offensive coordinator in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Y'all already know if y'all want to get on my neck about that, that's cool. And I'm a Shedeur fan, you know what I'm saying? But real is real. But even when it comes to their opinions and their voice being heard, there are some people out here that feel like none of that should even matter, like at all. Let's take a look at this footage.
How much, if at all, should the players have a say in who is the starting quarterback?
None at all. It's not your job as a player to be making those. Nah, it's not your job to make those type of decisions. So when it's time for cut down days, how's that going to work? Because if you did have that type of say, there'd be a major problem. Because all of a sudden now you're playing the role of GM. So none whatsoever.
Gerard, even with you saying no, the players shouldn't have any sort of say, but they should have some sort of input, right?
I never, as a player, would want to be in a position where I'm letting another player in which I'm competing for a job with have influence on whether or not I get the job. I just can't see that coexisting.
Ooh, wee, boy. He said a whole lot right there, boy. How y'all feel about what he just said? How y'all feel about this whole situation? Do y'all feel like the players' voices matter? Do y'all even feel like the coach is fooling us and the media? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation, man. Drop them comments down below. I got to get up out of here, man. I'm going to see y'all on the next one.